Hi, it's Lynette again. So I wanted to talk to you about Abacus and how I have created. I didn't create Abacus. Abacus is a counting method, doing math. It's a method to do math. Uh, an abacus is a math tool. This math tool helps in the beginning. It helps the children learn how to count, but then it goes into learning how to add and subtract, doing multiplication and division. So the first things first is try to understand what an abacus is. Well, this abacus and how to read it. So we have the lower beads and we have the upper beads. The lower beads all have a value of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But notice there's no more beads at the bottom. That means that we actually have to use the top bead. This top bead has a value of 5. So when we go, it's like that. Well, how do I know it's being counted? Because it's touching the beam. Once the beam is once the beam is um yeah, once the bead is touching the beam, then it's counted. So in this case, we have 5. So if to do 5, we do 6. And then how do I know it's 6? Because it's a 5 and a 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 7. It's nice because the abacus introduces the idea of adding, right? Adding and subtracting. And then we have 8. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. And then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. And when we have working with this, you can count everything with it. I count chips with it and or dinosaurs. I have dinosaurs. I've counted dinosaurs. Well, so now what we're going to do is so I created this book, the Abacus Preschool Abacus Math workbook. It's available on Amazon. And what I did is this is broken up into 12 lessons. And it talks a little bit about how to, and it goes through the worksheets of the abacus. So these are a bunch of worksheets. Let's see. What does that look like? Ah, good. So this is what I have. Let's see if I can get that into focus. Okay. So again, we have the abacus, what it looks like as a picture form, and then this is the big abacus. Not big, but it's my abacus. This is a student abacus. When we use a student abacus, we want to lie it flat. So when we lie it flat, we're able to move the beads. And so if I show you, it looks like this. And you lie it flat. And this is how you move the beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that there is this dot right here. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a dot. Let's see if I can. Come on, focus. There we go. There we go. There we go. So there's a dot here. This dot shows that this is the ones place. So if I count it, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do the same thing on the other side, but then this is the tens place. The other side is this side, which is the tens place, just like how we write. Just like how we write, right? We have 1 and then 0. This is 10. So Abacus introduces the place value, as well, just inherently. So this is 1 and this is 0, just like this, 10. Now, going back to here, this is a smaller abacus, and it goes to and shows and has instructions on how to what the abacus is. And then here are the activities. So some of the activities is trace the number and then find the abacus number and then find the number. And then here is finding the actual abacus itself. It goes to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have other activities. We have activities for reinforcing the understanding what the numbers look like on the abacus and what it looks like as you write it out. And then I have number words. let's see. It's cool because I got this pixel art. And then here is the count in circle where they can count the items, they count the dinosaurs, they have to write the number, and then they have to find which abacus matches the dinosaurs. And this is color by number. This is page 2, and then I'm sorry, this is lesson 2, and lesson 2 talks about numbers from 5 to 9, and this is explaining what the 5 to 9 is. Let's see. Oh, no, that's wrong way. Okay. This is explaining the abacus from 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then again, we have trace the number, find the circle the number, and circle the abacus. This one is color the abacus, find the number 5 of the abacus. And then this goes to 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we do activities like, again, pixel art, circle, count in circle, and what else do we have different? Oh, there was a maze. I made the maze. I thought it was kind of cool. And then this is lesson 3. Lesson 3 talks about counting forward, right? And it's just the abacus and then what comes after. And then we have cloud counting, which is they count by ones, but they count twice. So this one is 5. So then what's after 5 is 6. What's after 6 is 7. And then we have a connect the blue dots, kind of like connect the dots in a with the abacus. So you start from 0 and then you move your way around. And then this one is counting backwards. So lesson 4 is about counting backwards, and because it's one of those things that it's a kindergarten skill to be able to count backwards. Then we have counting backwards twice. So if this is 6, this is 5, and then this is 4. Lesson 5 is what's in between. So if I provide the number here and I provide the number here, we're supposed to figure out what the number is in between. So if I have 8 and 6, what is between 8 and 6? Well, between 8 and 6 is 7. So that is counting between, or what comes in between. And then I have the opposite. What comes before and after? So if I show that there's this number here, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, this is 8. What comes before 8, which is 7, and what comes after 8, which is 9. So that's lesson 6. Lesson 7 is about which one is bigger and smaller. And then I try to show a different way of talking, a different way of saying what's greater than and less than, and it's the 2 dots. So wherever the 2 dots are is how the symbols are oriented. So that is bigger and smaller. And then lesson, let's see, I think we're on lesson 9. Lesson 8 is still greater than, less than. Lesson 9 is exciting because this is where we actually start doing some adding and subtracting. Well, for lesson 9, we start with adding the 1, and we have to pay attention to the 1 thumb up. So on the abacus, and I will show you this. On the abacus, if we have 1, let's see. Right. So I'm going to use these two. Okay. So here I have 1. So I show 1. And then it says plus 1, 5, 6, 7. So I have to plus 7. So it's 1 bead on top and 2 beads on the bottom. So it's 1 bead on top and 2 beads on the bottom, and I put it together, and that is 5, 6, 7, 8. And so that's what adding plus 1. And then I have it where there's an activity. This is follow the boxes. So it's like a little maze. Right here, it starts with 0. And then when I add 1, my answer is 1. When I add another 1, my answer is 2. When I add another 1, my answer is 3. This one is +2, thumb up. So this is where I want to add 2 beads and I use my thumb. So what does that mean? Well, on the abacus, like this, I have 6. So I have 6, and then I add 2. 1, 2, and I do 2 thumb up. That's what that means. And then I have +3 and a little puzzle, and then +4 color by number, and then there's this little activity, and then I have lesson 10. Lesson 10 is about subtracting. So we subtract 1, we subtract 2, we subtract 3, we subtract 4. And so I built it this way so the kids can slowly understand how the beads move and how the numbers work and be more solid in when they do adding and subtracting. For right here, we only do adding and subtracting from 0 to 9. So that is lesson 10. And then lesson 11, we do 5 to 9. So we do the finger up. Here it says, here it says 1. So I add 1 on the abacus, and then it shows plus the 5. And all I got to do is plus 5, and my answer is 6. My answer is 6. So that's adding 5, and then then we go up. We go add 5, then we add 6, and then we add 7, and then there's 8, and then we add 9. And then there's the activity at the end. Then what's after that is we subtract. So we do -5, and then -6, or take away 6, take away 7, take away 8, and take away 9. And that is this book. This book goes all the way to adding and subtracting of 9. The next book, when you're all done, is we talk about +5. What does that mean? We're actually utilizing the addition fact family. And so we can talk about that in the next video. But that's the next after preschool abacus math, it's the who. And I hope this helps going through and reviewing the book that I have to talk about the abacus and how it helps. So I will see you next time. Bye.